Good morning, Lynn. How are you?
I am terrific. The sun is shining. It's a good Monday.
It's been a while since we've recorded. We've been very busy.
My God, yes. I felt a little guilty skipping a couple Mondays until I realized that we've probably put a half a dozen properties under agreement.
Well,
And something I think,
it's even more than that. We set up our own brokerage.
yes, we did. We certainly did. And it's been an incredibly fun ride, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm having a blast.
Me too.
But it's kind of interesting being on the other side of the desk.
Yes.
And
Things
for
we
those,
worry about, right?
well, they're worth worrying about. However, we've updated the website. We have another page if people want to join us. I
Right.
do want to say that our objective is not to grow a large agency.
Those days are way behind me. They
Well,
really,
well, to do that, the what it really comes down to is what's our objective. Our objective as an agency is to help our agents make a lot of money
right.
and continue for you and me to sell as well.
Exactly.
So
And I think what's really, really different about us, and one of the reasons we want to limit ourselves to productive agents, is that we have opened up a lead generating system that puts them in rotation regularly
oh,
for
absolutely. But more importantly, we don't have the resources to train a brand new agent and spend a lot of time with them. I mean,
especially during COVID.
that's the reason on the website we say we're looking for experienced agents, people who know how to fill out the forms, who understand the processes involved in dealing with buyers and sellers.
Exactly.
Now,
However,
yes,
we've had a few people that we know and respect who maybe only had 2 or 3 transactions last year who felt, based on feedback we've gotten, that they would not be welcome. Is that really true?
not necessarily.
Exactly.
Again, going back to business basics, we know what our objectives are.
Mm-hmm.
And if our agents' objectives align with them, I'm good.
Exactly.
But
So it requires a conversation.
absolutely.
And that's what I would encourage anybody who's seen that, who is afraid they may not quite qualify, give us a
Talk to
call,
me.
talk to us.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are so approachable, and that hasn't changed. We've always been.
Well, even for agents who won't join us, we
Exactly.
still get calls. And
That's right.
you
How
think,
do I do this? Can you help me with that? And by the way, it's part of the joy of the business to be able to help. I have no
absolutely.
issue with that at all. Anytime, anyone.
But the other thing that I'm sensing as I'm talking to people is I don't want to say they're afraid to move from one agency to another, but they're afraid that it'll be a big mess.
That will my business suffer because I've got all this new stuff to learn and all these things to do. And our experience with the few people we've moved over is that it hasn't impacted them negatively at all. And I think one of the reasons, frankly, is that we're here.
Absolutely.
And whatever it takes so that they can conduct their business while they learn our systems, while they get acclimated, we are right here to fill in those gaps for them. And if we got too big, we couldn't be.
Yeah. But there's another fear as well, and that is, how do I tell my current office that I'm leaving and I feel bad?
Right.
And I understand that. Now, when I left my first brokerage, I didn't feel bad about leaving. I won't share with you what my grandson called my boss, but it wasn't a very nice
It
word.
wasn't pretty.
But this is the beauty of being an independent contractor.
Right.
You say, hey, I'm leaving. Now, Massachusetts law says you can only be associated with one office, so you don't have the option. Like if you're an independent graphic designer, you can have multiple people you work with. Under Massachusetts law, you have to be with one brokerage. So you do have to tell somebody you're leaving, although we've had people who didn't. We found out, but looking at MLS, that they were with somebody else.
Yeah, in our old agency, that happened. Yes.
I think that's rude.
Mm-hmm.
but it can be done. And on our side, all we have to do is to fill out one form for the multiple listing service and let the state and the Massachusetts Association of Realtors know. It's really easy. And
we do that for everybody
we do
easily.
that for everybody.
What about when agents are have been requested to give an exit interview? What are your thoughts on that?
It's their option.
Right.
And I don't know that I would give an exit interview, but here's the other thing. And I think agents aren't aware that we know that agents go from agency to office to office to office. This is common in the industry. We don't take it personally.
Right.
I mean, that's the other thing. I'm going to hurt their feelings. You're not going to hurt their feelings. Trust me. 20, 30%.
It goes with the business, and everybody is always seeking to better their own circumstance. And so from my vantage point, our job is to create an environment where their circumstance continues to improve so that they're happy hanging with us.
Absolutely. And I kind of remember when people would come into my office and say, well, I've decided to go to XYZ agency. I would say, I understand.
Right.
The door is always open. If they were good agents.
They all leave the porch light on.
If they were a lousy agent, I didn't say this.
Right.
If they were a good agent, I'd say that. And it was the truth. We've had people go and come back and go and come back. It's just the nature of the business.
Right.
So if somebody's interested in joining us, they should give us a call and see what they can bring and what we can bring and see if there's a match. Because if it's not a good match, we're going to say, this isn't going to work for us.
Right.
It's going to be painful for both of us.
Exactly. So I would just encourage old friends of ours who are sitting there thinking, I'm not good enough, to let go of that silly thought and have a dialogue with us.
Just talk. Just talk.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know about you, Lynn. I got work to do.
I'm up to my gills. In fact, that new system we put in, I'm hoping you'll help me with something with it. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Good.
Okay, we'll catch you next time.
Okie doke.
Bye-bye.